Hey guys, what's up? DEK here with DEK Star Wars and DEK Review Show. And I just got done watching on Disney Plus the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. So this is going to be a little bit of a review, a quick review. This is going to be spoilers. I don't think Lego Star Wars needs a spoiler-free review. If you want one, pause the video, comment down below you want one, and I will make one. Alright. So this is about 45 minutes, 49 minutes, pretty good. It's using the Mandalorian starting screen with the Star Wars metallic emblems and all that stuff with all the helmets. Of course, it's got the Lego emblem in it. It's pretty awesome that way. I really liked it. It was good. I don't know, it went over kind of quick, but it did feel a little bit boring, I guess, or like I was watching it for a little too long. The opposite effect that the Mandalorian has itself. Now, this is Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars is not canon. Lego Star Wars is a little bit of a soft canon in most of their stuff, to where the events they said could happen, but possibly not in the same way. So, for an example of this is, in Lego Star Wars, it still has Luke Skywalker fighting Vader, and Vader saying, "No, I am your father." Except in the Lego Star Wars version, he pulls out a picture of him and Padme. Just a little bit of a difference. So Lego Star Wars is not canon, but it is, they have the people in there. It's not legend or anything. It's just a comedic version of the same thing. Kind of like the abridged version. If you ever seen like abridged Yu-Gi-Oh! Or abridged DBZ on YouTube. By a little Karibo or 4-star. Now, this is pretty much the plot is, this takes place after Rise of Skywalker. So, Rey Skywalker has her yellow lightsaber with the black hilt. Really cool lightsaber. Now, she's trying to train Finn. So she's trying to train Finn, but she's doing it wrong, and she doesn't know what's wrong. So she's trying to get this stuff across, but it's not working. And she's not paying attention to her surroundings. Well, she meditates, her Jedi book comes open, and she finds out about a crystal that allows her to see past. Now, this all happens on Life Day, and this overpowered time crystal can only be taken from the temple on Life Day, and you can't leave the temple unless it's returned. That's kind of a thing. Now, so what it is she gets the crystal with BB-8, and they're all waiting for her. They're setting up a party over for Life Day on Kashyyyk with Chewie's family and all that stuff. So Rey is off on this adventure. She does the little crystal thing. She goes. She sees Master Yoda and Luke Skywalker training on Dagobah. So that's where she learns the do not try, only do, or do not. Or do or do not, there is no try. So she learns that, and then she goes again and she meets young Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon, where Obi-Wan is beating his head on the desk because Trade Federation. And it's the very beginning of Phantom Menace, where that is. And then she does it again, and she meets Obi-Wan and Anakin in an elevator. However, Obi-Wan sees her and is like, "Hello there," and she dips out. Okay, so she wants to go one more time. BB-8 doesn't, but she says, "Alright, we'll do one more." And she ends up jumping into Darth Vader as the apprentice to Emperor Palpatine. And they see the crystal. They see what's happening. And Palpatine shoves Darth Vader into the portal, to get this crystal, whatever it may be. So Vader is trying to get this crystal. They go back to the temple. They're like, all right, we've had enough. Except Vader comes out of the portal and he's trying to get whatever it is she has. So this is where they start fighting. They get jumped through back into the portal. They're going through all different timelines. They're jumping in. They're falling through New Hope while Luke's just a farmer. Jump through to the pod race of young Anakin Skywalker. They get jumped through Mustafar during the Obi-Wan Anakin duel. They get just thrown all over the place. They get thrown into Last Jedi, where they have after Kylo Ren killed Snoke, and then they're doing all this kind of stuff, and then Kylo Ren meets Vader and the Emperor because the Vader got the crystal and left Rey by herself with young Luke in the temple, and he escaped while they're stuck there. So Vader met up with Emperor. They started doing this. Emperor's like, oh, I want to see all the stuff I rule over in 30 years. So he jumps in a portal, and that takes us to Last Jedi. He ends up in Kylo Ren's closet, where Kylo Ren's doing like a dance number and all that stuff. And they just keep talking about, hey, doesn't have a shirt on. He needs a shirt. So this is where they meet Kylo. And Kylo explains what happens to the Emperor. So the Emperor finds out that Vader is going to betray him and decides to get rid of Vader and to have Kylo as his new, apprentice. And he asked Kylo, was like, you wouldn't throw your master down a radiator shaft, would you? He has a flashback to where he stabbed his master in half, Snoke, and then he's like, a radiator shaft? Of course not. No, I wouldn't do that. I was like, oh good, you're my new apprentice. And all this shit happens. Force Ghost Yoda comes up to the temple to tell Rey that everything she had, she already had. She didn't need the crystal because there's crystals in the cave and all that stuff. So she goes back and she tries to correct this stuff. Now she goes to, I guess it's like Return of the Jedi is where they all kind of meet up. So Rey ends up there with Farmer Luke, and there's Kylo and the Emperor. So they're doing a fight. Then he says destroy Luke and Vader if he shows up. Luke and Vader comes in and is like, what are you talking about? You say destroy Vader? And they end up doing this fight. So it's Kylo, Emperor, Vader fighting Farmer Luke, Return of the Jedi Luke, Rey. And all this stuff happens. They end up getting in a fight. She basically lets go of the crystal and it makes Vader and Palpatine fly. She grabs the crystal, she goes back, start returning everything to normal, while Vader's mad that he got, betrayed. So he throws the Emperor down the shaft. All that stuff goes back to normal. Then she's returning all this stuff, everyone back to where they were. And then she goes back to the Millennium Falcon for Life Day. And she has dessert and dinner and all that shit with them. So overall, this is it's very entertaining. It felt a little bit long, in my opinion, but the design is not what I expected. So with Lego stuff like the Lego Movie, it's stop motion and it looks really good. And these Lego cartoons and stuff like the Droid Adventures or the Freemaker Saga is kind of like an animated Lego adventure. However, this movie is not that. This movie is graphics really high up, where you can actually see, like, the minifigures looks like they were painted. And there's a good thing and a bad thing about it. Good thing is it looks really high grade It looks like they were painted. You could see the texture of the paint on them and all the lines and all that stuff. So it looks amazing. It looks absolutely phenomenal. The issue is real life Legos don't look like that because they're not painted. They're printed. So it's a little bit off on that. It looks like a really good high, what would be the word of this? It's like, it looks really amazing, but it doesn't really look like what it's supposed to. So it doesn't look like Lego. It just looks like a really good CG painted look-alike of Lego. And I don't know, it looked really good. It was really good. It was just a little bit distracting, to me at least, to see all of the detail and stuff for these figures. That, I don't know, it's just weird. But the other stuff, like the Lego kits, you could see the individual pieces, and that was really cool. This movie is, like I said, it's fun. It's something to watch. It is a Christmas kind of holiday movie. It is, like, they've done this like holiday special before where they did the Life Day on Kashyyyk and stuff, but that was a movie, an actual Star Wars movie that it's hard to find now. You have to do it like digitally online. You have to watch it on like YouTube or something. But I don't know. This is actually a really good holiday movie, I think. It's Star Wars. It's got all this stuff. Now, a lot of people were having the issue is, oh, well, is this going to be horrible with Rey? A lot of people hate the sequels and they want to pretend like they don't exist. However, the sequels do exist. That is, they're there. You can't get rid of them now. They are Star Wars. They are Star Wars, like it or not. Like the prequels are Star Wars. You can say you don't like it as much as you want. You could ignore them, but they're canon. They're there. Same thing is like you can ignore Rey and Finn and all that stuff. You can pretend like they don't exist, but they do. They're there. Snoke exists. A lot of people don't like the tie with the Mandalorian and the New Age stuff, which the Mandalorian is in this one. It's a quick, like about a 2-minute scene. It's really quick. It's just Mando from season 1 with the child doing their shootout after he takes back the asset when all the bounty hunters are going for him, and then the Mandalorians have to come in. It's right before that scene. Really quick. It's just like a little pop in, pop out. Overall, I liked it. As far as rating it, it is Lego. It's not going to be like this huge thing. I do like how they used actual stuff. As far as, well, first off, before I get that, okay, so people don't like the sequels. They were mad about, oh, is Rey going to overshine Vader? Or is Rey going to overshine the Emperor? How is this going to happen? They're kind of... Rey is not as good as Vader. You can tell that quite clearly. Vader kicks her ass. She does like flips and all that shit. And she is good, but even then Vader is holding back. So you can kind of, you don't have to worry about that. And in the end, Vader wins. Like he should. Like Rey, this is Master Rey with the yellow lightsaber post Rise of Skywalker. And she is not on a level as Vader. And she's actually not really on the level as Kylo either. And that's one thing like a lot of people didn't understand about Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker brought it back so Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, is more powerful than Rey. Because he has Skywalker blood, which is more powerful than Palpatine. And Rey is not as powerful as Ben Solo or Darth Vader. So it's kind of like that. Pretty good. It even takes both Luke Skywalker, Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, and Rey to even come close to force pulling the crystal away from Vader, and even then they could not do it. Vader was too powerful. So you don't have to worry about that. That's not going to ruin anything for you. And I'm a little torn on the rating, but I'm going to go with what I'm thinking in my head, what I should rate it. And I'm going to rate it a 7 out of 10. I highly recommend this. It gets my epic seal of approval, a godly seal of approval, whatever you want to call it. I do absolutely recommend this. If you like Lego, if you like Star Wars, if you want to see just like a little 45-minute little movie of just that Christmas feeling, but with some Star Wars in it, definitely check it out. Really fun, little small adventure, 7 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have the Mandalorian reviews coming out every week. I do a spoiler-free one on both DEK Star Wars and the DEK Review Show. This video is going to go up on DEK Star Wars and the DEK Review Show. And if you want to see the spoiler talk reviews of the Mandalorian, go over to DEK Star Wars. That is exclusive over there. The only reason this is not exclusive is because, like I said, I don't feel I need to do a spoiler-free review of the Lego Star Wars movie. It doesn't seem important, to say the least. But 7 out of 10, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you all later, and may the Force be with you, always. Peace.